Another day, another YouTube video, right? Um, Today is August 9th, 2024, the beginning of this day. Um, as in it's like 1:30. That's my note for the pancreas. Let's get into this. So the endocrine system, the doctors that work to prevent and treat and diagnose issues of the endocrine system are called endocrinologists. Of those endocrinologists, some are surgeons. Those are called endocrine surgeons. Um, they mainly work to prevent problem or to treat problems of the endocrine system that require surgery. So any gland that um, of the endocrine system that is having issues, the endocrine surgeon will probably be consulted and have a role in, performing surgery that fixes that problem. Um, so moving on, I've chosen the pancreas as the gland of the endocrine system that I'd like to talk more about. So first, I kind of want to talk about the anatomical position of the pancreas. First off, it's going to be posterior to the stomach, um, and proximal to the small intestine. It's very much proximal in that it's connected to the small intestine by way of the duodenum, um, or the section of the small intestine that it's connected to is the duodenum, um, duodenum. I've heard it pronounced that way as well. And then finally, it's going to be deep to the peritoneum, making the pancreas retroperitoneal. Um, On to the five landmarks of the pancreas. It's an elongated gland, um, which makes it so it has a head section that is connected to the pancreas, as well as a body and a tail that kind of flattens out towards the end. Um, the head of the pancreas is actually connected to the small intestine through the pancreatic duct that goes through the pancreas, which is another landmark of note. Um, and finally, I want to talk about the pancreatic islets, um, which make up 1% of the cells in the pancreas. Um, you have the alpha cells, beta cells, F cells and delta cells. Alpha cells are actually responsible for secreting glucagon. Um, Beta cells are responsible for secreting insulin. Um, and delta cells are mainly responsible for secreting somatostatin. Somatostatin being the inhibitory towards the creation and secretion of glucagon and insulin. Now, insulin is mainly responsible for the uptake of glucose from the bloodstream um, by blood cells. Um, and glucagon is actually in contrast to that, as well as glycogen creation. Um, onto glucagon. Um, Glucagon is mainly responsible for the breakdown of glycogen um, and the release of glucose from the liver. So very important functions there. The pancreas actually um, functions as an exocrine and endocrine gland, which is very cool. Um, Exocrine, its function is to secrete enzymes into the pancreatic duct for further breakdown of um, waste of food products from the um, small intestine as they make their way through the small intestine. Um, And I think the main function I would say of the pancreas is to secrete insulin and glucagon, um, as we need nutrients all over our body to help us function. Um, the release of insulin and glucagon um, help our bodies uptake that um, glucose in the bloodstream, or um, release glycogen um, through glucagon. Um, they act in contrast to one another. So it's an interesting system how those two work there. So yeah, that's my talk about the clinical anatomy of the endocrine system. Thanks for watching. Bye.